The forgotten town. The road stretched endlessly, a black ribbon winding through a forest that grew darker with every mile. The Thompson family had been driving for hours, lost after missing their turnoff. The GPS was dead, the map app frozen on a blank gray screen. "Look," Grace said, relief tinged with unease. A town. Through the trees, a quaint village emerged, its cobblestone streets glowing softly under flickering gas lamps. A weathered sign at the entrance read, "Welcome to Ashwood." David slowed the car. "It's not on the map. Never heard of it." The square was eerily quiet. No cars, no hum of life. Just a handful of townsfolk standing motionless, their faces turned toward the Thompsons, eyes unnervingly fixed. "They're staring," Emma whispered from the back seat. The family stepped out into the heavy silence. A man in a worn suit approached, his smile stretched too wide. "Welcome, Thompsons," he said in a lilting, almost melodic voice. David froze. "How do you know our name?" The man's smile widened. "Everyone knows you here." They hurried back to the car, but the engine refused to turn. Behind them, the square began to fill. Townsfolk emerged from shadowed alleyways, their movements fluid but wrong. "We're leaving," David said, grabbing Grace and Emma. They ran down a narrow street, turning blindly, but every path led back to the square. "This can't be real," Grace cried, panic rising. They ducked into a dimly lit shop, its shelves filled with familiar objects. Grace's wedding dress, Emma's diary, David's old watch. The air was thick and cold, every sound muffled. "What is this place?" Emma whispered, trembling. A faint rustling came from the back of the shop, where a curtain hung over a doorway. It swayed slightly, though no breeze touched it. David motioned for them to stay back and approached. Each step creaked loudly. He yanked the curtain aside, revealing nothing but a dark hallway. "See? There's—" A deafening crash shattered the silence. Shelves toppled, their contents spilling across the floor. From the debris, a mannequin twisted unnaturally, its porcelain face shattered except for its eyes, glowing faintly, locked on Emma. The gas lamps flickered violently as a figure emerged from the shadows. A townsperson, their body contorted, their mouth stretching unnaturally wide. A piercing, guttural scream erupted, sharp and inhuman. Emma screamed as the lights went out. When they flickered back, the family was back in the square. The townsfolk were waiting, their smiles serene, their eyes dark voids. "You can't leave," the man in the suit said calmly, his voice deep and resonant. "Ashwood is home now." The cobblestones rippled like water, yawning open beneath the Thompsons' feet. They screamed as they were pulled under, the townsfolk watching, silent and smiling. By morning, Ashwood stood empty again, waiting for its next visitors.